We're recording.
Okay, happy Sunday, guys. So the first thing I want to go over is we are going to be moving our Wednesday night Zooms to Sunday because the church needs my help on Wednesday nights till 8:30. And I don't want to be keeping, I know people on the East Coast, you're an hour later, so I don't want to be keeping you guys up too late. So we're going to move them to Sunday nights at 8 every single week. If I'm not on, you will see somebody else on talking, another leader, somebody else. If you ever want to hop on and talk, or you ever have something that you feel like is on your heart, reach out to your leader, your upline, me. Let us know, because I think it's so important to hear from everybody. Everybody has something different to say. Everybody has, something that's on their heart to share. The next thing is if you see people on here that are not on your downline or your business bestie, whoever you talk to the most, shoot them a quick message. Let them know we're starting. Even though I know some people can't be on here, so this will be up on our team YouTube page. So make sure you subscribe to that and make sure you hit the little bell, because that'll give you notifications, because a lot of times there's people doing videos and then uploading them throughout the week with tips and tricks. The other thing real quick before we jump into goals is something I suggest doing that I'm going to do real quick is take a boomerang or take a picture of us on this Zoom right now. Because what that's going to do is you're going to post that on your Instagram or Facebook story or both. One of the main reasons people join a network marketing business is because they want that community. And we have that. So go ahead, take a minute and do that if you want to. I'm going to, real quick, boomerang. Okay, so now that we got that done, I think it's super exciting because 2 days we are in a new year. We are in 2019, and as cheesy as this sounds, new year, new start. If 2018 didn't go the way you wanted it to, this is the perfect time to revamp, to become the leader you want to become, the person that you want to be in this business. And I just want to say too, starting off, that if you have a customer under you, if you have a promoter under you, you are a leader. Rank does not define you as a leader. If you show up every day, you are a leader. So keep that in mind and just use that as your motivation to go into this next year strong. As we approach 2019 too, it's really important to have goals and not just, oh, I want to be 80K, oh, I want to be 4K, but to really sit down and take the time and write out your goals for 2019 and set them out. I know I've talked about this before. I don't even have a rank. Like, yeah, would 200K be nice? Yes, but I don't even have a rank on my goals, because my other goals, they're going to lead up to that. That will happen, and changing other people's lives and doing things like that. So if you haven't yet, tonight after this Zoom, I want you to hop off afterwards, sit down and take 20-30 minutes and write down your goals and put them somewhere that you will see them daily. Somewhere that, mine's next to my bedside, that I can see them every day. I know Chelsea has hers hung in her room. I'm pretty sure Abrielle's are in her office, that you can see them every single day to remind yourself why you're doing this. And send them to me. Send them to somebody on here who's going to hold you accountable. So the first thing I want to jump into is talking about self-discipline and self-motivation. I'm going to be honest, motivation's crap. You're not going to wake up every day and be motivated. You're not going to wake up every day and be like, yes, yes, you're going to have those days where you wake up and you're super hyped, but that's not going to be every single day. You have to be a self-starter in this business. You are your business owner. You have to be self-disciplined. There are days when I wake up and I'm like, oh, the last thing I want to do is show up and post. But you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to show up and post, because that's what I need to do at most to get myself out of that slump. So it's so important to know why you're doing this business. And that goes back to goals. Why do you want this? Why do you deserve this? Who do you want to be this year? I always pick a word for every year. So for me, 2019 is all about growth. That's my word. I have it written all over my house. I want to grow, and I don't even want to recognize myself in the start of 2020 because I've grown so much. So you need to sit down and you need to say, your mind is going to play tricks on you. Speaking of motivation, every day you're going to wake up and it creeps into everybody. Everybody has self-doubt, no matter how bulletproof your mind is. Your mind's going to say, why bother? why am I even doing this? Oh, I've had a bad day. What am I even going to do today? I mean, come on. I know I'm not the only one who my mind has said that. I know I'm not the only one who my mind plays tricks on me. And I know I'm not the only one who gets into slumps. So I told people before you get on this to get a planner. If you have a planner that you use daily, I want you to go ahead and grab that. If not, get a notebook and a pen. And we're going to take 3 to 4 minutes right now as a team. And I want you to find somewhere important. And I want somewhere that you will see this. And I want you to write down 3 reasons of why you are deserving for your goals. Because when you're in that slump, when you're feeling those days, you can flip to it and be like, you know what? I do deserve this because I deserve to give my kids the life that they want, or whatever your reasons are. So I'm going to put on some background music. Sorry if you don't like country, it's what I listen to. And it's appropriate if people have kids around. And I want you to take 3 or 4 minutes and let's just do that real quick. 3 reasons of why you're deserving. And then whenever you're done, if you want, I'm going to put mine in the chat. Feel free to put yours in the chat if you want. And that way, you know, you have people in here to hold you accountable. You have people in here that whenever you do have those bad days, to remind you why you're doing this. All right. So like I said, if you want to add yours in the chat, if not, it's a personal thing. I totally get that. The next thing I want to talk about is self-determination. And it goes with self-motivation, but you need to be relentless. You need to be a shark. You need to show up every single day for not only yourself, but like I said, if you have a customer under you, Show up for that customer. Show up for your team. Show up for everybody that's relying on you, and be deserving. You need to know in your head today that come hell or high water, you're going to mark those goals off your list no matter what it takes. And once you have that mindset, the bad days won't matter. The days where the motivation isn't there, they're not going to matter, because you're going to get in this habit of just doing the things that you need to do daily to hit those goals. And it's just going to become a second nature. One thing I want you to keep in mind with this is not going to be an overnight success. You're not going to do all your steps you need to hit your goals tomorrow, and on Monday you're going to wake up and have hit your goals. This takes time. This takes consistency, and it's going to take work, but it's going to be worth it to get to where you want to be, and to get, where you want to be for your kids, where you want to be for your team, for your spouse. If you want a new house, if you want to come home, like these steps that you're going to do, they're going to feel like work in the beginning, but it's going to build to become a second nature, and it's just going to happen to hit your goals. You need to be patient with yourself. Give yourself some grace, but keep going. The next thing that I think is super important is you need to enlist friends around you who have the same vision as you. I know a lot of us have heard the whole saying of you are the average sum of the 5 people you hang out with. So if you want to be a millionaire and you're hanging out with 5 people who are okay, which there's nothing wrong with this, but you're hanging out with 5 people who are okay with working for minimum wage for the rest of your life, you're not going to be a millionaire. Hang out with billionaires to become a millionaire. Hang out with who you want to hang out with to become like them. So it's so important to surround yourself with people who are okay with you dreaming big, because I know in the beginning, when I had some of these huge dreams, people looked at me like I was crazy. When I told my mom that network marketing was going to bring me home from being a hairstylist, she was like, yeah, okay, like, good joke. But that was that. But you guys, I couldn't talk to her about it, and I knew that, and that was fine. So who did I turn to? I turned to my team. I turned to other women who had the same dreams as me and had the same goals as me. So if you don't have friends, outside of your business that are like that, lean on us. Lean on your team. Lean on the people who are okay with you being a dreamer. For some people, they get uncomfortable with that. They get uncomfortable with the fact that you want to be a millionaire. I know I'm going to be a millionaire with this business one day, and I know that I can talk to any person on this team about that, and they're like, yeah, girl, go. And those are the kind of people you need to be around. So enlist a tribe of people who are going to build you up, who are going to hold you accountable, who, if they don't see you post anything on your social media for 3 or 4 days, they're going to text you, and not in a mean way, but they're going to call you out and just be like, hey, girl, I know what your goals are. I know you want to be at home with your daughter. Why aren't you posting? Why aren't you doing the things it takes to be there? Because you're deserving of it. So you need to find people who are going to be in your corner. Find people who are going to be real and honest with you and help you get to where you want to go. So like I said, lean on us, lean on your team. The other thing I really recommend doing is finding somebody, whether they are sideline, downline, upline, but find somebody and just reach out to them and say, hey, I would love if you would be my accountability partner. I'm going to hold you accountable to hit your goals this year, and you're going to hold me accountable. Because like I said, motivation's kind of crap, and some days you're not going to get to where you need to be. And that person, it needs to be somebody who's going to be real and raw with you. I know for me, my main accountability partner is Chelsea, where if she doesn't see me post for a few days, she has no problem calling me and calling my butt out. Like, she will call me up and say something. Abrielle does the same to me. Amy would do the same to me in a heartbeat. So have people in your corner who will do that to you, because it's going to help you in the long run. Those are the best types of friends. The next thing I recommend is creating a step-by-step plan. So say your goal is to hit 4K. You can't wait to hit 4K to be doing what a 4K does. You know what I mean? You need to start implementing and doing things now. You need to go get in bed. You're not dressed. Get in bed. Okay. No, get in bed. Sorry, guys. So, Kennedy, you need to get in bed. Kennedy, get in bed. Sorry, guys. I'll be there in a minute. So what you need to do is do the things now that are going to get you there. So one thing I really, really recommend doing is getting a planner. I know for some people, a paper planner, they're more technological. I personally have to write things down to remember them. And I kind of get a satisfaction out of like crossing things off my list. It makes me feel really accomplished. So if you're not that way, I know there's tons. Ben, my husband, uses like the Google one online. He's an online person. I can't do that, but find something that works for you. And I know some people have Erin Condren. They have the tools for wisdom, but if you don't have the money to go out and spend $50 on a planner, like I think I got this one at Target for $20. There's some at Target. I was looking today. There's some for $5, $10. Go spend the money, the $5, $10 to invest in yourself. I like this one. It's just from Target. It's a day designer. But the reason I like this one, I don't know if you guys can see, but it has like what your top 3 priorities are and then hourly slots. I like to have hourly slots because I can write down every hour, know what I need to be doing. So for me, if you want to be 4K and your goals are, to grow your team, okay, so right in there, I need to be posting every day. I need to be doing my affirmations daily. Put in personal things too, your appointments, your laundry, different things like that. But for me, for tomorrow, I have at 6 o'clock, I need to get up and do my workout. I have my affirmations and my self-development, pouring into myself first thing in the morning. I have posting. I putting on my story 3 or 4 times throughout the day, just as a quick reminder to myself that, hey, have you done that? Another thing you can do is if you're not in the habit of doing these things yet, set an alarm on your phone. When I was getting in the habit of building a business, and they say it takes 21 days to get into a habit of something, I set alarms on my phone to go off at different times of the day, and it would say, go post to your story, different things like that, just so you know what you need to be doing, and that's just a quick way to remind yourself. I know I don't work a full-time job, but a lot of people on here do work full-time, and one thing that really helps them is they'll sit down on a Sunday night or a Monday night, and they will make up their post for the entire week. So when that alarm goes off, all they have to do is click on their Instagram. I'm going to mute new people. Sorry, guys. 1 second. Okay. So then all you have to do is go in there and go on your Instagram and go to your drafts and see which thing you need to post. But that's a really good way to set yourself up for success. Do the things ahead of time. Plan out what you need to be doing. Set up a daily plan, because anytime you have a big goal, you need to break it down to monthly and then weekly and then daily. So you want to be thriving for free. That's a goal on your list. Okay, so what do you need to be doing daily? You need to be posting. You need to be growing your network. You need to be following up, those types of things to get you thriving monthly for free. So I really, really recommend getting organized, getting a calendar, because if you're not organized, you don't have a to-do list, you're not going to do what you need to be doing. And other people call it a 6 list. So they'll get out a notebook, and every morning, first thing in the morning, they'll sit down and write down the 6 things that they need to do for their business. So it just kind of depends on what works for you. The last thing I wanted to put on here is celebrate your small victories. So on your goals list, it might say be making X amount of money. But remember why you started this. So if you originally started for $200 a month and you've hit that and your goal is now $1,000, even when you hit $500 a month, take 20, 30 minutes after you get that paycheck and celebrate that. Reach out to your accountability partner. Hey, I'm halfway to my goal for this year. Those little things are going to fire you up, and they're going to keep you going over and over and over again. So that's kind of everything I have about sticking with your goals for this year. I really, really can't stress enough that the main thing in this is plugging into things like this, plugging into team calls to keep your fire lit, plugging into your accountability people. Find people who are going to call you out, who are going to be there for you and support you, because that is what will help you grow the most. Does anybody have any questions or have anything that they want to add or anything that works really well for them? Nothing?
I'll add something really quick. Just in going along with, sticking with your goals, you need to be sure that you're growing your mind every single day, whether that's a devotional in the morning or, a self-development book to help with your business or to help with your mindset. Because when you're in a positive space and a positive mindset, and you know without a doubt in your heart that you are worthy and capable of achieving the goals that you've written down on paper, you are that much closer to actually achieving them. So I just want to reiterate self-development. I know we say it all the time, but it is a game changer. The month that I hit 4K and earned the $4,000 bonus was the month that we had first done, I believe, the 21 days. What is it? Whatever the manifestation thing is.
Oh, 21 days to $1,000.
Yes.
Manifestation babe.
That's when I really got into self-development. That's the month I started I Am That Girl. And y'all, that right there should tell you that it does something amazing to your mind, to your soul, to your outlook on what you are capable of actually doing. So whether you start with something small, do like an affirmation app on your phone or something, so you can wake up and just say something positive every morning. I can't stress enough self-development. It has been life-changing for me in so many ways outside of this business. So don't just think it's for your business only. You'll be amazed at how it really impacts just your daily life and your interactions with other people, and how you might start handling certain situations that you wouldn't normally before. But that's all I wanted to add.
I threw in there a free affirmation app that I use. It's called Eternal Sunshine. It has meditation. It has podcasts on it, books on it, and it's all free. But it also does send you daily reminders throughout the day across your phone. That made me think of that when she said it. The other thing, too, is I have heard people come to us whenever we say self-development. Well, I don't have money for a book. Well, I don't have, whatever the resource is. I totally get that. Get on YouTube. Get on YouTube and you can find almost any book. There's a book I've been dying to read, and it's called The Secrets to a Millionaire Mind. And it basically is supposed to change your blueprint of how you think about money. It's a $30 book. That for me, I have a hard time spending $30 on a book. So I looked on YouTube. The entire book is on there for free. It doesn't cost me a dime. So get on YouTube. There's always a way around an excuse. There's always a way around it. And if you don't know the way, ask somebody, hey, I don't have the money for this. What would you suggest? Hey, I'm not here yet. What would you suggest? Always reach out to. So I think that's super good point. Does anybody else have anything they want to add?
Yes, just right back to your posting topic that you were talking about. I probably am really late to the technology part of Facebook and realizing this, but last weekend I took advantage and used, I guess there's this new thing you could do on Facebook when it comes to posting, and you can actually schedule your posts ahead of time. You can pick what day, you can pick the time, all that good stuff. And I want to say it was last Sunday or something, I have my own little group that I have for my boutique, and I actually posted a full-on post in there at 9 o'clock in the morning. I was still asleep. It went perfectly. It actually posted everything cool. So I then went to regular Facebook, and you can, when you click make a post or write a post, at the top under your privacy settings and all that stuff, it should say schedule. And usually it has to be 20 to 30 minutes after the time that you're scheduling it, but you can change it to tomorrow's date, whatever time. And I know a couple weeks ago, I kind of did a little Zoom that some of you might have missed about, taking Sundays as your day to kind of prep for the week and what you want to post about, and finding that time to do so. And I just found that for me has been super helpful, especially on the weekends when I try to not be on my phone too much, but still want to be interactive. I schedule my posts, and it has been working out pretty well, and I'll go back to it and comment and do whatever I need to do. And I just wanted to share that with you guys, because I know a lot of you do work, a lot of you don't really have time or really can't be on your phone during the day. So maybe taking that time before you go into work, or like on Sundays, you can maybe, plan out at least 1 or 2 posts throughout the day. That way, when you get home and you're done with work, you can kind of catch up. And then just some things that I like to post about. I really like to post about quotes, and sometimes when I do post about quotes, I like to kind of find a quote that has been meaningful to me throughout that day or throughout that week, how I'm feeling in that time frame. Questions and polls are good. Family photos. I'm just kind of reading off some stuff that I've always kept in my phone. Let's see. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I don't want to ramble on too much because I tend to talk too much. So I just wanted to share that really quick.
Yeah, I did not know you could do that. And then I was thinking, as soon as you said that.
Yeah, and it kind of like defeats the purpose of like what I did, that little planning thing where you kind of, plan on Sundays and write out everything. I was like, wait a second, I can just literally write the post as I'm writing the post, but it won't post it until the time and date that you select. So it's really helpful.
That's so nice.
Yeah.
Okay, so the other thing I did real quick before we close out is I put other books that are really good to start with for personal development, or no matter where you're at, in the chat. So if you want, before we log out, go ahead and screenshot that. That way, or write down real quick. That way you guys have some books to get started with. Most of these books are on YouTube. So you can get them for free on YouTube without having to purchase. If not, I like the Audible app. It's $12 a month, 14, I don't know, something like that. 14, okay, I was like, it's something like that. You get a credit a month. I always try to buy higher priced books when I do have the credits, just to get my money's worth. So that's everything for tonight. I'm super excited for 2019. I'm excited because as a team, in 1 year, you guys, we came into 2018 not even a 4K team, and we ended at 80K. So that just shows you what you're capable of, what we as a team are capable of, and I have no doubt that by the end of 2019, we will have multiple 80 and 200Ks on our team. So I'm super excited. Find your accountability partner. Feel free to post your goals. He looks like a crazy person right now. Post your goals and everything in our team chat. And I will see you guys next Sunday for sure. Have a good week. Bye.